guys, welcome back to your YouTube channel Medicoz, and I am Kiana, and today I am here to tell you about the mistakes that you can avoid as a NEET aspirant. Now let me say, mistakes are good. Mistakes are good. You should make mistakes, but they're meant for learning and not repeating. Like, I would say you should make mistakes, but make sure that you don't repeat those mistakes again and again, and rather just learn from it and try to change your ways, or try to save some time. So I'm here and I'm going to tell you about the mistakes that I felt that I made while I was preparing for my NEET, and I would, if I can help you to avoid those, I will definitely help you with that. So these are some mistakes I made, as I said, and maybe some others might not agree with this, or some others might have some other things to say about it, but at the end of the day, what works best for you, just do that. So I'll start off with a couple of mistakes I felt like. First of all, the mental preparedness you need to have, to avoid the mistakes you can avoid there. Then the second, I would tell you about the books that I felt I made a mistake reading or wasting time behind, solving those. And third, some couple of generalized mistakes that a NEET aspirant can probably make. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the mental preparation you should be having. First of all, do not be overconfident. Any circumstances, just don't be overconfident. Rather, you can have a positive attitude. What I used to do is, my father always told me, wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is look into the mirror and say a few positive things I will try to study 6 hours a day today, and I will try to understand and remember those things. I will try my best. Now this is a positive attitude, okay? And the other way, when you say हाँ मैं तो कर दूंगा ना, मैं पढ़ तो रहा हूँ, हो ही जाएगा ना, that on the other hand is overconfidence. So don't do that. Secondly, you're doing really good, okay? So you don't need to stress about it. If you're consistent in your hard work, you do not need to stress, because it's always fruitful. The efforts you're putting is always going to be fruitful. Second, I would say you should get proper sleep. Try to get proper sleep, at least 6 or 7 hours a day, so that you wake up fresh and you're not tired or exhausted the whole day, and you are fully here. You can give your 100% whenever you're studying or into whatever you're doing. Okay. Also, and try to have a social life. Just don't sit into your room between 4 walls and just in front of the book cramming everything that comes across. Just don't. Try to have a social life out there, because sometimes friends, families do help you bring a positive attitude. So now moving on to the second type of mistakes we can make academically. Of course, we have so many different people telling us कि ये book पढ़ ले, वो book पढ़ ले, और ये तूने ये book नहीं करी, वो book नहीं करी. Just don't focus on them. See, every person is different. Everyone's coping mechanisms are different, and some people are really smart, some people are not. Some people have a good time management, some people don't. So choose what's best for you, and not just don't get market में तो ये बात चल रही है भाई, market में तो ये book चल रही है तो मैं भी कर लूँगा. No, don't do that. So first of all, I'll go subject wise. I'll go with physics, chemistry, and then biology. So first of all, I'll start with physics. Theory part in physics, I would say, is unnecessary. So don't waste your time reading, giving multiple readings to the NCERT theory portion of physics. I would rather suggest, if you really want to do anything from the NCERT, just mark all the formulas given. I think they are given in blue colored, so just mark them. And also you can solve the questions given at the back of each chapter in physics. That's more than enough you can do from NCERT. First that. Then second, I used a couple of reference books which I felt was really unnecessary. There were books in the market called H.C. Verma, Dr. Ali, and I guess there was also this D.C. Pandey and stuff. They're really thick books, okay, and it's really tough to complete all the questions. And at one point I feel the questions are just repeated, the same questions are repeated again and again and again. So rather than just wasting time behind all these books, I felt the one which was the most appropriate for me personally, because I was also a child that went to regular schools. I know the dummy school thing is a trend for NEET aspirants, but I didn't. So I had to go like a regular school, and then I had to go for tuitions and stuff. So I didn't get a lot of time. So the book that I felt was the most appropriate for me was this book called A.L. Arora. They had like all types of questions in them, and a proper amount of questions, like not too many, not too less, normal regular amount of questions, and they had like correct solutions given at the end, and descriptions about each solution and the chapters they are asked from. And I found that was the best book that was out there for me. Maybe I might be wrong and you all have a different thing. Don't just jump on me saying in the comments like, ki nahi ye book achhi thi, wo book achhi thi. I definitely agree, there are better books out there. But again, as I said, these are the mistakes I made and I would want you guys to avoid. I could just, give an idea to you. And also in physics, I would say that according to the newer curriculum, I guess NTA is the latest one that's taking out papers, I guess, for NEET. There, I would say they don't really get into theory questions. They get more into like assertion reasoning questions, like conceptual questions, which you need to know. So you cannot just, it's not direct formula based or direct theory ki line utha ke de di NCERT mein se. No, it's conceptual. So make sure you have your concepts right. So I would suggest like make another separate book, write all the formulas, important things, like even in theory, if you find like maybe this thing is important, just all you can do is like give a quick reading to the NCERT after once you're done with the chapter, like in your tuition classes or anywhere. Just write all the formulas down, give a quick reading to the NCERT, underline the theory points if you feel, and just jot it down in another notebook. That'd be great. Okay, now moving on to chemistry. Now in chemistry, the books out there in the market are, I guess, O.P. Tandon and M.S. Chauhan for organic chemistry, and I think there's V.K. Jaiswal for inorganic chemistry. But these books have tons and tons of mistakes in their solutions. I myself found it very difficult. Like, maybe I thought this answer was right, my friends told me this answer was right, but the book said something else. So I would say that instead of going for these books, the best book for chemistry is NCERT. Give a couple of readings to NCERT, memorize each line given, because NCERT has like chemistry actually has a lot of exceptions, and which are beautifully written in the NCERT, like detailed descriptions. And I really found NCERT was the best book out there to learn theory and stuff. And after you're done with that, if you really want to like practice some questions, I would say you can go for like the question banks given by Akash or Alan or any of your tuition institutes. I think they're more than enough. Like you can keep giving tests regularly, and also like you can solve these question banks. I think Alan has a race and Akash modules have tons of questions in there. The best thing you can do is solve those questions, and if you're done with it and if you really want to do something else, I would say rather just keep practicing the same questions instead of going for new ones. The final subject, biology. It has the maximum weightage in NEET. So for that, blindly follow NCERT. It is the Bible, period. No better book out there to learn biology. I would say each day, just come back from school, come back from your tuition classes. Each day at night, coffee चढ़ा के, चाय वाय पी के, दिमाग खोल के, मस्त book खोल के बैठो. 1 hour, give peaceful silent reading. Read each and every line, underline, make notes inside, or make a separate notebook, jot down the points in short, but give it multiple readings. Multiple readings, I say, like every day. By the end of the year, you should be like, हाँ मैंने NCERT 10 से 15 बार तो पढ़ लिया एक chapter, right? And you will notice that NCERT is the only book that gives questions in NEET. Like there is no other like resource you can have for studying, for preparing biology, right? And I would say like me myself, like every time I used to sit to study NCERT, I would find like, है ये तो मैंने पढ़ा ही नहीं था, like मैंने 2-3 बार तो book पढ़ ली, मैंने कैसे miss कर दिया, right? There's always going to be that 1 or 2 lines that you are going to skip, or like hidden information in there, and you'll realize कि हाँ भाई NEET में ये तो कहाँ पूछाएगा, and you realize boom, NEET में वही question आ गया. That's when you're gonna regret. So rather just 1 hour every day, give it, and multiple readings must for biology. That's it. And yeah, and for MCQs you can go for MTG Fingertips for biology. I felt that was a great book which had a regular amount of questions that you should practice, and that too from NCERT. That's it. That's all you can do for biology, and you're going to score really well. And also the thing about these books, I would say, like whichever books I mentioned above that you should read these books, please just don't jump into any rumors that you listen out there, or maybe someone said that मैंने तो 2 books करी, ये book करी, वो book करी. Don't. Find what's best for you, analyze what's best for you, and what is your goal, like whatever you're preparing for, what works best for you. Just focus on that and do that. No, it doesn't matter if the person is doing 5 books or 3 books or 10 books, let them do what works best for you. And the second most important thing is, please don't run from tests. Study and revise. Main thing, revise. Just don't be in a hurry, or don't rush to just complete the syllabus. Don't. I would say 7 days a week, give 6 days for learning new things, and 1 day like Sunday or Saturday, focus just on revising whatever you learned the whole week, and give tests, multiple tests regularly. Just keep giving it. When I was preparing, I was really scared of giving tests, and I would usually bunk tests or miss some of the tests, thinking like हाँ मैं घर पे बैठ के कर लूँगी, पेपर ले लूँगी, घर पे कर दूँगी. But trust me that घर पे वो पेपर करना never comes. It never does. So rather, no matter how underprepared you are, if you're not prepared, maybe you are prepared just 10%, 20%, doesn't matter. Just go there and give it. You will know that like these are the type of questions they ask. You will know what are your strong points, what are your weak points, and it will help you work, you can work better on them. So please give tests. Just don't run away from those things. And also keep solving these question banks, as I said, and give tests. That's it. Okay. So now that we've talked about the books and stuff, now let's talk about some general mistakes that people can make. First, do not set low goals. Don't underestimate your potential. Set goals that are right for you, not even overachieving goals, normal goals, which you might feel like, if you fulfill those goals, you'll feel like, yes, I accomplished something. That kind of goals. Set goals every day and work for it. Second is, don't compare yourselves with others. See, there are always going to be people who are better than you out there. There's always going to be someone, right? So just don't compare yourselves. You know that you're working hard. You know that you're putting in a lot of effort yourself. You know that you're struggling. So don't compare. Be satisfied with whatever you're doing. You are working hard. You know you're working hard, and if you get grades or marks according to your efforts that you're putting in, don't be disheartened, and definitely that's a good sign. Second is, as I said previously, that give tests, and I would prefer that you give offline tests, in your tuition classes, Alan, Akash, whatever institute you're going in, give offline tests, because they're going to help you, they're going to give you an exposure. I know I said that there shouldn't be competition, but there should be a healthy amount of competition so that you know where you stand, right? You might be in the thing oh, मैं तो 100 में से मैंने तो मेरे को तो 80 marks आ गए, ठीक है. But what if people are getting the average marks in that paper were 90 or 95? What then, right? According to that, you got a lower score, right? So have a healthy competition, give offline tests, and do give tests. Don't miss those tests. The third you can do is, in those tests, please don't copy. Don't copy in tests. As I said, if you don't know, still just go sit there, read the questions, try attempting, okay? Efforts, trying is the main thing that can help, right? Just don't run away from it. Don't be scared like, oh रे लोग क्या कहेंगे, मेरे को कम मार्क्स आ गए. People don't care. Let me tell you, people do not care. Maybe they're gonna talk behind your back for a day or two. That's it. ऐसा होता है ना कि लोगों के दिमाग में है ना ऐसी चीज़ नई नई चाहिए होती है. They don't stick to one thing, right? So don't be afraid like लोग क्या कहेंगे. They're not gonna say anything. No one cares. No one gives a shit about it. Right? Okay. Cut that out. The other mistake that you can make is after giving these tests or after learning some new information, please make sure to have a small notebook or notepad where you write down all these mistakes. And after giving tests repeatedly, you will know that if you have corrected those mistakes, you gotten better in that, or if you're making the same mistakes, that will help you evaluate your conceptual things or your knowledge and stuff. So make sure that you do note down those mistakes that you've made. And okay, and second of all you can do is like some of you do that, you just write it down. That's it. खत्म. वापस देखते ही नहीं हो. Don't do that. करो, घर जाओ, give a test, go home. You found some mistakes, how many mistakes करी थी, go home. The first thing you do is you learn what was your mistake and you correct yourself. That is where you're gonna ace your exams. Mistakes you made, go home, boom, learned it, done. And trust me, the mistakes you make and you know that you made a mistake, वो चीज़ कभी नहीं भूलोगे. तुमको मालूम है मैंने ये चीज़ गलत करी थी टेस्ट में, और वो मैंने ये गलत करी थी. That's always gonna be up there. It's never gonna vanish. So do that. And the other mistake you can make is experimenting new ideas. Like एक फ्रेंड ने आके बोला, भाई मैंने तो आज ये वाला पैटर्न ट्राई किया, मेरे को तो बहुत अच्छा लगा, तू भी ट्राई करना. सेकेंड वन कम्स एंड सेज, ना उसकी मत सुन, मेरा कर, ये कर. एंड यू फील लाइक हाँ, लाइक लेट्स ट्राई. सब बोल रहे हैं, मे बी इनका मेरे को भी ये आ जाएगा, मेरे को भी ये आ जाएगा. ना, that's better for me. Don't do that. I would suggest, like while starting 11th in the beginning, whatever ideas you have, like a couple of plans you have, just try it out in a couple of weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks, and see what's best for you. Be consistent in your schedule, be consistent in your plans. Just don't frequently keep changing it because someone else is telling that to you, right? Don't just try to bring twists and turns like kick chahiye, chalo ye kar dete, wo kar dete. Don't do. Be consistent, work hard, have a schedule, keep doing that. You'll see after a while your brain will work according to that schedule that you've made, and your brain's going to rewire itself into the schedule, the plan that you are following. That'll be better. The other mistakes people make is they invest themselves a lot in relationships and stuff, thinking ki relationships are important, friendships are very important. I would suggest that give it a break and focus on your career. If the person is there, they're going to be there. They're not going anywhere. So if there's no point in investing so much time behind that person and not behind your career, you're going to regret that a lot when you go forward. So just focus on your studies. आगे बाजू ऊपर नीचे जिसको जो करना है, let them do. Just focus on studies. यार तुम्हारे parents इतना खर्चा कर रहे तुम्हारे पीछे, they're working so hard so that you have a nice career, you become a doctor, you achieve big goals in life. Why do waste all of that behind some person, right? So focus on your studies. And the last I would say, avoid social media. Please avoid social media. I'm not saying totally ban kar do, but maybe give 5 or 10 minutes a day. Don't invest huge time in social media. I know in the very beginning I said have a social life, but having a social life and a social media is different. Social media can bring a lot of negative thoughts, negative impressions on us, which till date I feel that after a point social media is very toxic and stuff. So avoid maybe give 5 or 10 minutes a day. Like, talk to your close ones, the ones who give you positive energy and positive vibes. People who are very toxic to you, avoid them. Just be far from them. That's it. That's all the mistakes that I could maybe remember that I made during my NEET preparations. I know there are going to be people who are going to say that तुमने ये नहीं बोला, वो नहीं बोला, but you can definitely drop it off in the comment section down below. Maybe people can, benefit with that. So that's all for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed our video, and also don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Till then, see you next time. Bye.